drink, party, party again, and party some more, which left precious little time for me. So I bounced from Miss Martha Miller's house, my aunt's mother-in-law, to the house of Good Shepherd for colored girls, to Mr. Bill, the family friend, who used Mama's absence and my youthful innocence to misuse and abuse me. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it, you hear me? I don't know her. I don't know that woman you're talking about. You made her up. You and you and you and yeah, you too. My name is Eleanor Davies and none of you ever heard of me.
While struggling with the reality of being a human instead of a myth, the strong black woman passed away. Medical sources say that she died from natural causes. Those who knew her know that she died from being silent when she should have been screaming, smiling when she should have been raging from being sick, and not wanting anyone to know because her pain might inconvenience them. She died from an overdose of people just clinging on to her when she didn't even have enough energy for herself. She died from loving men who didn't even love themselves and could only offer her a crippled reflection. She died from raising children alone. She died from lies her grandmother told her mother, and her mother told her about life, men, and racism. She died from being sexually abused as a child, and then having to take that truth around with her every day of her life, everywhere she went, and then having to exchange the humiliation for guilt, and then back again. She died from asphyxiation, coughing up blood like secrets she tried to burn away instead of having the nervous breakdown she was entitled to. But only white girls can fall. She died from being responsible because she was the last rung on the ladder and there was no one under her she could jump on. The strong black woman is dead. She died from being a mother at 15, a grandmother at 30, and an ancestor at 45. She died from being dragged down and sat upon by unevolved women posing as sisters and friends. She died from tolerating Mr. Pitiful just to have a man around the house. She died from sacrificing herself for everything and everybody when all she wanted to be was a singer, a dancer, or some magnificent other. She died from lies of omission because she didn't want to let the black man down. She died from tribute from her counterparts who should have been matching her efforts, but instead they showered her with dead words and empty songs. She died from myths that would not allow her to show weakness without being chastised by the hazy and lazy. She died from hiding her real feelings until they became so hard and bitter they invaded her womb and her breast like angry tumors. She died from always lifting something from heavy boxes to refrigerators by herself. The strong black woman is dead. She died for never being enough of what men wanted, and then being too much for the men she wants. She died from being too black, and then died again for not being black enough. She died because she was misinformed about her mind, her body, and her royal capabilities. She died from knees pressed too close together because respect wasn't in the foreplay being shoved at her. She died from loneliness in birthing rooms and loneliness in abortion centers. She died in bathrooms with her veins bursted open from self-neglect, self-hatred. And sometimes, when she absolutely refused to give in, when she absolutely refused to die, she was killed by the lethal images of blonde hair, blue eyes, and flat butts being rejected by the OJs, Quincy's, Cubans, and you got that cowboys. She was shot to death by racism and sexism, executed by high-tech ignorance. While she carried family in her back, the community on her head, and the race on her back. Strong, black